Tom, picture this. Monday morning, you're at the coffee machine. A colleague turns to you and says, "How was your weekend?" What do you say?
Honestly, it was good. Then I stare at my coffee and pray they leave.
And then they leave. And then you wonder why everyone thinks you're shy.
Okay, yeah, that has happened to me. Multiple times.
Right, and here's the thing. Small talk isn't actually about your weekend. It's about the rhythm. Once you know the rhythm, the words come easy.
Welcome to Say It in English, the podcast where we help you sound natural, confident, and real at work. I'm Tom.
And I'm Lexi, and today we are talking about one of the most underrated skills in the workplace, office small talk.
Specifically, we're covering 3 of the most common small talk topics you'll run into every single week: the weekend, the weather, and upcoming plans.
And for each one, we're going to show you 2 versions of the same conversation, one that kills the chat and one that keeps it alive. Plus, you'll walk away with a phrase bank, ready to use lines you can actually say on Monday morning.
So, whether you're an A2 learner just getting started or a B2 speaker polishing your edges, this one is for you. Let's get into it.
All right, theme 1, the weekend. This is probably the most common small talk topic in any English-speaking office. And honestly, it's where most people freeze up.
Yeah, because you feel like you need to have had an amazing weekend. Like if you didn't go skydiving or attend a wedding, you've got nothing to say.
Exactly. And that's the wrong mindset completely. Small talk isn't a highlight reel. It's just a warm-up. So let's do the first version, the flat one. I'll ask, you reply.
Got it.
Hey, Tom, how was your weekend?
It was fine.
Oh, okay.
And scene. Dead. Conversation is dead. Everyone walks away feeling slightly awkward.
Completely dead. And look, it was fine isn't wrong. It's just a wall. There's nothing for the other person to grab onto. They can't respond to that. So now let's try it again, but this time naturally.
Hey, Lexi, how was your weekend?
Honestly, it flew by. I finally got around to watching that series everyone's been talking about. It was pretty quiet overall. What about you?
Oh, nice. Which one? Mine was pretty low-key too, mostly just catching up on sleep, which, honestly, I needed.
See? Now we have a conversation. Nobody went skydiving, nobody did anything exciting, but it flows because there's something there, a small detail and a question back.
That "what about you" at the end is doing a lot of heavy lifting.
So much. We'll come back to that because it's actually the biggest secret of all small talk. But first, phrase bank time. 3 lines you can use this Monday for the weekend topic. Write these down.
It was pretty quiet. What about you? Simple, honest, keeps it going.
Honestly, it flew by. I did one specific thing. So, for example, honestly, it flew by. I finally went to that new market near my place. One detail. That's all you need.
And number 3, not bad. Caught up on some reading, or some sleep, or a show. Fill in whatever fits. It sounds natural and it's easy to say even when nothing happened.
Exactly. And notice something. None of those phrases require you to tell a long story. They're short, they're honest, and they always open a door for the other person.
Okay, real talk. I want to say something here because I think a lot of listeners might actually relate to this. For a long time, I was the "it was good" guy, and I didn't realize how that came across. Like, I thought I was just being efficient, not wasting anyone's time. But people started treating me like I was cold or distant, and it actually felt isolating after a while. You know, like I was on the outside of this thing that everyone else just did naturally.
Yeah, and that feeling is so real. And the thing is, it has nothing to do with your personality. It's a skill gap, not a character flaw. Once you learn the rhythm, it just clicks.
Right, which is why we're doing this episode. All right, theme 2, the weather.
Ah, yes, the classic. I know some people think talking about the weather is boring or pointless, but here's the trick. Weather small talk is never really about the weather.
What do you mean by that?
It's a social signal. When someone says, "Can you believe this weather?" they're not asking for a meteorology report. They're saying, "Hey, I see you. Let's share a moment." It's a connection tool disguised as a comment about rain.
Okay, that actually reframes the whole thing. All right, let's do the flat version first. You start.
Ugh, can you believe this weather? It's been gray for a week straight.
Yes. Wall. Again.
Total wall. Yes is technically correct, but it ends everything. Now let's try it the natural way. Same setup. Ugh, can you believe this weather? It's been gray for a week straight.
I know, right? At least it's not pouring like last week. Hopefully it clears up by Friday.
Right? I heard the weekend might actually be decent. Fingers crossed.
And just like that, we're talking. Two people sharing a moment over gray skies.
Exactly. Notice what you did there. You validated the feeling, you added a small comparison to make it relatable, and then you ended with a hopeful comment. That's a complete little exchange right there.
All right, phrase bank for weather. 3 lines. Number 1, can you believe this weather? Great as an opener. You can use it yourself to start the conversation.
Number 2, hopefully it clears up by Friday. This is great because it's positive, it looks forward, and it's easy to agree with. Nobody argues with hoping for better weather.
And number 3, at least it's not too cold or pouring like last week. This one is good because it adds a little shared history. You and your colleague both lived through last week's weather. It creates a tiny sense of we're in this together.
I love that you said that because that's actually what small talk is doing socially. It's building tiny bridges. Every small exchange is one more brick in your relationship with that colleague.
Okay, that's a really good way to think about it. And I feel like this is a good moment for that bigger thing you mentioned earlier, the tennis match idea.
Yes. Okay, so here's the trick, and this is probably the most important thing I can say in this whole episode. Small talk isn't an interview. It's a tennis match. Your job isn't to give the perfect answer. Your job is to hit the ball back.
Mm-hmm.
When someone says, "Can you believe this weather?" the ball is in your court. You just need to send something back. It doesn't have to be clever. It doesn't have to be funny. It just has to keep the rally going. That's it. That's the whole game.
And yes, with nothing after it, that's like just letting the ball drop on your side of the court.
Exactly. Game over, nobody wins, everyone feels weird. So keep the rally going. That's your only goal.
I genuinely wish someone had told me this earlier. Like, framing it as a tennis match takes all the pressure off.
Right? You're not performing, you're just playing. Okay, theme 3, plans. This one comes up constantly, especially on Thursday or Friday.
Any plans for the weekend? It's like the Friday version of how was your weekend, just pointed in the other direction.
Exactly, and same problem. Most people either say not much and go quiet, or they overthink it and feel embarrassed that they have nothing exciting planned.
Guilty. Nothing much has definitely left my mouth more times than I'd like to admit.
Huh. All right, let's do the flat version. Tom, you ask this time.
So, Lexi, any plans for the weekend?
Not really.
Oh, cool.
Dropped. Ball dropped. Okay, same question, new answer.
Any plans for the weekend?
Nothing huge, just keeping it low key. I've got a birthday dinner on Saturday, which I'm actually looking forward to. Other than that, same as usual. What about you? Doing anything good?
Oh, nice. I'm pretty free this weekend, actually. Might try that new cafe everyone's been mentioning. Take it easy, you know?
Perfect. See how that works? Nothing huge admits you don't have big plans, and that's completely fine. Then you mention one real thing. One. That gives the other person something to respond to.
And, which I'm looking forward to, that little phrase adds warmth. It shows a little bit of your personality without oversharing.
Yes, that's such a good catch. You don't need to give details. Which I'm looking forward to does the emotional work for you. It says, "I'm a human being with feelings," without turning it into a whole thing.
Okay, phrase bank. 3 lines for plans. Number 1, nothing huge, just keeping it low-key.
Use this whenever you have a quiet weekend. It sounds intentional, not boring.
Number 2, I've got one thing coming up, which I'm looking forward to. Dinner, a class, a trip, anything. Even something small sounds good when you say you're looking forward to it.
And number 3, same as usual, but next week should be nice, or this weekend should be nice. Great for when you're in between plans. It points to something without actually committing to details.
I love that one because it also implies that life is generally going well, which is a good vibe to put out at work. Like, I'm doing fine. Things are coming up, no complaints.
It's low effort, but high impact. And that's kind of what all small talk is, right? The effort is small, but the effect on how people perceive you, that's big.
Completely. And here's the thing I want to circle back to, because we mentioned it earlier and I promised we'd come back. The secret phrase that ties all 3 themes together.
What about you?
What about you? 3 words. That's it. And once you start hearing it, you'll notice native speakers use it constantly. Almost every single reply in a small talk exchange ends with some version of that question back. How was your weekend? Pretty quiet. What about you? Any plans? Just keeping it low-key. What about you? It bounces the ball back every time. It shows interest, and it takes the pressure off you because now the other person is talking.
That's actually genius. Like, if you don't know what to say something short, anything, and end with, what about you? You've just bought yourself another 30 seconds while they answer.
Exactly. And while they're answering, you can relax. Listen, then react naturally. You don't have to have a script for the whole conversation, just the opening move.
Okay, real talk. I really wish I'd understood this when I first started working in an English-speaking environment. The idea that you just need the opening move and then you listen, that's manageable. That doesn't feel scary.
And once you start hearing it, and once you start doing it, it becomes automatic really quickly because the responses you get will be natural and you'll start picking up new phrases just from listening to your colleagues.
Your colleagues become your best teachers without even knowing it.
Totally. And it snowballs. One good exchange leads to another, and before you know it, you're the person who's easy to talk to. And that matters, both socially and professionally.
All right, let's do a quick recap for everyone before we wrap up. 3 themes today: the weekend, the weather, and plans.
It was pretty quiet. What about you? Or honestly, it flew by. I did one small thing. Can you believe this weather? And hopefully it clears up by Friday. And nothing huge, just keeping it low-key. And I've got one thing coming up, which I'm looking forward to.
And the golden rule underneath all of it: small talk is a tennis match. Hit the ball back, add one small detail, and with what about you? You don't need to be witty. You just need to keep the rally going.
That's the whole thing. Okay, before we go, we want to hear from you. Which of these 3 topics do you find hardest? The weekend, the weather, or plans? Drop your answer in the comments. We read everything.
And if this episode helped you, please subscribe and hit the bell. That way you never miss a new episode. We put out new content every week, and every episode is built around real situations just like this one.
Every conversation you have in English, even a small one, is a step forward. Don't wait for perfect. Start with pretty quiet. What about you? And go from there.
Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you in the next one.
See you then. Bye.